Hello, I'm Claire Tannhauser, GIA Gemologist and Jeweler, coming to you with a new installment of my Ask a Gemologist series. This one is about Moldavite. Moldavite is having a moment. Let's discuss the science, the history, and the folklore, as well as its recent popularity and the resulting changes to the market. The last couple years have been saturated with the sale and promotion of Moldavite, driven in large part by a hugely popular TikTok trend responsible for many hearing about this fascinating gem for the first time. This business is ever changing, and the popularity and therefore the value of certain gems and minerals are absolutely driven up by pop culture influences. One example recently is of how sapphire engagement rings exploded in popularity after Prince William gave one to Princess Kate, for instance. But back to Moldavite, which has become far more expensive and sought after since the pandemic. Why? So let's learn together. What is Moldavite actually made of? Where does it come from? What is its history? And lastly, why oh why has the price more than quadrupled in the last 4 years? With its current high price and demand, unscrupulous vendors have taken advantage of many people by selling them glass imitations that is not real Moldavite. How can you avoid getting duped? First, as always, the science, my favorite bit. Moldavite is a specific projectile glass formed from a meteorite impact in southern Germany that occurred about 15 million years ago, causing the Nördlinger Ries crater. Moldavite is a variety of tektite from this and only this impact event. Moldavite is a tektite and a gemstone, but not technically a mineral because it lacks a distinct crystal structure, aka it is amorphous. Tektites, broadly defined, are small glassy objects that result from a meteorite impact, and they are different from meteorites. The main misconception is that Moldavite and tektites generally are extraterrestrial like meteorites, but they are in fact terrestrial material, i.e. earth minerals, formed just before the impact of a cosmic body. The tremendous heat and energy wave preceding a meteorite is so strong that it melts the sand and vaporizes the rock in an instant, and that still molten material is displaced, ejected through the atmosphere for hundreds of miles from the point of impact, where it rains back down to the earth complements of gravity. Though the crater corresponding to the formation of Moldavite is specifically in Germany, tektites from that impact are found in Poland, Austria, and mostly the Czech Republic, which is where the material composing today's marketplace was collected. Now the history. Though Moldavite was formed 15 million years ago, it's often incorrectly stated that it was only discovered in the late 1700s by this guy Joseph Mayer. That's wrong. Not only do we have speculative scientific papers dating from well before that by other authors, they postulate that the lovely green gem might be chrysolite, an archaic name for peridot. But way before that exists a myriad of prehistoric artifact examples from the Upper Paleolithic, some 30,000 years before present, where this natural glass was flaked and knapped into arrowheads and spear points used for hunting. So yeah, humans have known about Moldavite for a really long time. Why then has the market gone bananas in the last few years? Well, there's two factors. One is that the Czech government implemented a new permitting system for the collecting and exporting of the material in 2019 due to its increasing scarcity and their desire to prolong the remaining supply. Simply put, supply went down and demand went up. Secondly, as I mentioned in the top of the video, during the pandemic, there was a huge boom in TikTok videos extolling the energetic properties of the gemstone in order to sell it at a premium. These videos incorrectly state that Moldavite is from outer space and many make dubious claims about the miraculous curative powers of an alien imbued something or other that will change your life, etc. Many websites, none of which provide sources or peer-reviewed academic articles, say that Moldavite has a unique electromagnetic field because it's been in space. Well, as we have discussed, it may surprise you to learn that it has not been to space and that all things made of electrons have electromagnetic fields because electrons possess a property called spin, which generates a magnetic field. Our environment is awash in natural magnetic fields. This is not unique to Moldavite. Now, I do not wish to say that people who feel Moldavite is powerful and special to them are wrong for feeling this way. Perhaps some folks can sense the vestigial byproduct of the extraordinary meteoritic impact and the very real friction, pressure, and chemical interactions with the atmospheric gases that caused it to heat up and radiate energy. I am merely an expert in gemology, which is the empirical science of a gemstone's provable and measurable properties, so I can only speak to that. Moldavite is a super beautiful ancient gem with a fascinating and impactful history. See what I did there? And it's very rare. It's a testament to the extraordinary formation of the planet we live on, which is, after all, entirely made up of space rock, gas, and debris that has gravitationally been vacuumed into a solid ball over billions of years. Some of those same as yet unconsolidated materials are still loose in space and fall to the Earth from time to time as meteorites and comets. I'm already running long on this video, so I probably shouldn't get too deep into the formation of the solar system for brevity's sake. Now let's get into something more pertinent to the average viewer, which is how to avoid paying a fortune for fake Moldavite. How can you differentiate the fake material from the real Moldavite? Well, in truth, these fakes are getting better and better, and simply from a photo, some fakes can look quite convincingly real. This is a very nuanced differentiation that's hard to describe to the untrained eye. One basic tip is that natural Moldavite does not have a super shiny surface. It has a matte finish with a greasy luster. Many fakes are way too reflective, and the bubbles inside are too large and regularly spaced because they are produced from melted bottles that are manufactured in China. Another way to detect this cast glass fake Moldavite is it's made in limited mold patterns. So a dealer may have 50 pieces displayed, but they're all the same 5 identical shapes over and over again. Each natural piece of Moldavite has a unique pattern of pits, chutes, and furrows sculpted on the surface. But look, it is really hard to tell if you're not an expert, which is why I would recommend, if you want to purchase some, don't buy it on Wish. Don't buy it on eBay from an Asian mystery retailer. In fact, if you're going to buy it online at all, I would suggest getting it from the e-shop of the Moldavite Museum in Prague, where every piece is legally and ethically sourced with an authenticity paperwork that has a number, like the certificate has an exact photograph of the piece and information about where it was collected. Or if you can buy it in person, which is preferable, go to a gem and mineral show and find a knowledgeable dealer who's reputable and can answer all your questions concisely. If they don't know what they're talking about or make lofty promises, then find another dealer who has experience and expertise. I personally stopped buying and selling Moldavite a few years ago because if you participate in a bubble economy, you may very well end up with inferior goods you paid top dollar for and suddenly no demand when a new fad has come around, or the demand is based on misinformation you don't feel good capitalizing on. So that's just a brief overview of Moldavite, a variety of tektite from a specific meteorite impact in Germany. There are lots of other cool types of tektites from around the world, from different meteorite impacts that you should look into if you're interested. If you want a more affordable specimen, some of these alternate locations can be still just as cool and a great investment. For instance, I live in Georgia. We have our very own variety of yellow-green transparent tektite, creatively called Georgiaite, which was formed 35 million years ago by the Chesapeake Bay impact. Yes, that bay is actually a meteorite crater. The Earth is so freaking cool. That's all for now. Thank you for watching Ask a Gemologist Moldavite Edition. I'm Claire Tannhauser, GIA Gemologist. If you'd like, you can shop my selection of minerals, crystals, and handmade gemstone jewelry on my Etsy shop linked below. I also have included my research sources in the description below for further reading. Please like, share, and subscribe for more free educational content on gemology, and feel free to leave a suggestion about what gem you think I should talk about next in the comments. Until next time, thanks for watching.